Good morning. You're now listening to Kingston Community Radio on 92.5 FM and AM 920 WGHQ, Kingston, New York. This programming is brought to you by our listeners and corporate underwriters who are interested in presenting local community radio. The opinions expressed on this program do not represent those of Pamel Broadcasting or Kingston Community Radio. Listeners are encouraged to send in $10 per month to help bring this program to you. Mail your contributions to Kingston Community Radio, Post Office Box 4364, Kingston, New York 12402. And for more information or to donate online, visit our website at mykcr.org. Good morning, this is Dan Gatis, and thank you for being with us this morning, Tuesday, September 28th, and a terrific Tuesday. And, you know, Tuesdays usually, sometimes have a little bit of rain, and looks like we're going to experience a little bit of rain today. 61 degrees right now as we start the day, and we'll be with you here 7 to 9 a.m. Be right back after these messages.
Starting your day with Kingston Community Radio on 920 WGHQ AM Kingston and 92.5 W223CR FM Kingston, New York. Magic 92.5.
Okay, forest animals, kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow, have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. River, how's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man.
I love it. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. Okay. Squirrel.
The forest has been preparing just for you. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them?
By their clothes,
their age,
the way they speak.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
Crispy, blazed, toasty, faded, lit.
No matter what you call it, if you're high, you're too high to drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Eleanor Arrow from the town of Ulster, and I support Kingston Community Radio, and so should you.
And we're back, and thank you for being with us here at KCR, Kingston Community Radio, AM 920 and 92.5 FM. A little bit of detail about the weather coming up in the next couple days. A few showers this morning, a 60% chance of that, and a high of 69. And partly cloudy skies tonight with a low of 44. And Wednesday's going to be sunny along with a few afternoon clouds, high of 66. And a few clouds Wednesday night, and that's a low of 44. And we'll do a little bit more weather later, but let's get right straight to the on-air studio with Christine Hein and Cameron Rylance.
Good morning, terrific Tuesday, and we have a pinch hitter. Stepping up to bat today. Nina had some previously scheduled business. Actually, no, I believe she had a death in the family. She's had to travel for some services. But Christine Hein, welcome. Thank you so much for pulling up and joining us here on the air.
Happy to join you. Happy to join you.
Hey,
you're no stranger to this radio station either.
That's right.
So
if you need something done, give it to a busy person.
Yeah, right? There you go. And that you are, I know.
Yeah, we are busy today. Like lots of stuff happening at people's place today. I actually went to work before I came here.
It's not even light out yet. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
We were talking off air about some big events. An event today specifically.
Yes, yeah.
What's going on today?
Well, every Tuesday is the free farm stand in our parking lot. But in addition, we are very privileged to have the Culinary Institute of America students there. They came last week and got all different kinds of produce from the farm stand. And then during the week and yesterday, they made soups and they are bringing the soups to People's Place today to hand out for people to try and to share the recipes for the soup and share some of their tips on how they made the soup and, prep. So if you're out and about, it is free to anyone who lives in the community, as everything with People's Place. Stop by the parking lot. It's outside, so there's no worries about going inside if you're hesitant about that. You're outside in the parking lot. You'll be able to taste the different soups that they have. You will be able to chat with the culinary students, and awesome. Also the professor is there as well.
That's great. Cool. What's cool is because fall's coming, right? And soup season's right around the corner.
That's right.
Might as well pre-pack your cookbook with some new seasonal favorites.
Yeah, some different kinds of things, and some of the items that they use, some of the ingredients that they used, we will probably have again this week. So you can pick some of those up to help reduce the cost of your soup.
And keep it local, farm to table, fresh.
Yeah,
fresh,
all of it. We've got it all covered.
How more, how more gratifying is that? Like to pick your produce out of the farm stand, knowing it came from literally down the road.
Yeah.
Bring it home, cook it, and serve it. That's really neat.
That's what I think is so great about the farm stand, about some of the other things that we do at People's Place. We use local things, and we really try to, if there's recipes, sometimes we have chefs that come, we offer different programming. They also share what the recipes are, give you little tips on what to do with the produce, or the proteins that you get. Every Wednesday, we started a month and a half ago, on Wednesday evenings from 4:30 to 6:30, we have the Happy Cart in our parking lot.
Which is really neat. Why don't you describe that briefly?
It's right. For those that don't know, People's Place is located at 17 St. James Street, which is the corner of Broadway in Kingston, right across from Keegan Ales. So Wednesday evenings, we're open Wednesday evenings, the food pantry and the thrift store. But in addition, we have the Happy Cart. And the Happy Cart is we'll call it a hot dog cart, but that was a former life it owned. It does not own that life anymore, but that's what it looks like. It is a vegan cart. So every offering that we have each Wednesday evening is some type of vegan dish, usually also gluten-free, so that pretty much the masses can try it out, can have it. There's all different types of recipes that they do, and they'll help explain what went into it, how do you make it, so that if you like it, we even have given out the ingredients that we've used, or at least the main ingredients that we've used. And it's great. The feedback has been fabulous. When, people hesitant to try it. And,
the whole premise of the cart is examples. I'm a carnivore, right? And I would like to start eating more, healthier diet. One, for some healthy.
One day a week, try it.
Yeah.
Just try it for
but
one
just
day.
Getting into, unless you go buy a vegetarian cookbook, it's hard to get introduced to it. So that's a wonderful idea.
And they have handouts also. They have little cookbook pamphlets and different things you can take for free. A lot of the people who volunteer that day are all the people who are volunteering at the cart that night are vegan, so they can answer any kind of questions that you have about a vegan diet. In whole food plant-based, I think sometimes that sounds less scary than vegan.
Yeah. Vegan has a connotation to it.
Well, vegan's also
an image of a person.
Well, because vegan is also, it's really a lifestyle. It's what we're doing is offering what they call a vegan diet, a vegan meal, which means it doesn't have any meat products in it. But to be a vegan is a whole lifestyle. You're correct. So we really, I think probably the better term is whole food plant-based.
Absolutely. Sounds much more, I think I could get on board with that.
That's right. And that's the whole point, is to not...
Hang up your leather sneakers right away.
Correct. So this is all about just the food. Yeah. And it's really just to get people to try different things. And listen, it's everybody's going to eat the way they wish to eat, and you can be a junk food vegan and not be healthy also. Because potato chips are vegan.
Deep fried cauliflower buffalo.
You know what else is vegan? Yeah. Oreo cookies. Did you know that?
Yes, they are.
Oreo cookies, and now
I only know that from crossword puzzling.
And now they make them gluten free too. So bam, 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 ding, ding, ding. I'm happy.
There you go. they still get in your teeth the same way.
Yeah. But the plant-based whole food, study after study shows it is much healthier for you. What they call the SAD diet, the standard American diet, is very poor for us. They show time and time again that countries who have changed their way of eating for centuries and have started to adopt the American way to eat, McDonald's, they're starting to have all of the same health problems that the Americans have that they never had before.
Obesity and diabetes.
So I think that what we're trying to do is we're not telling people how to eat. We're just trying to give them other options.
Examples,
and it can be scary when you don't know. Like I want to try. I'm going to try to eat plant-based. What does that mean? How do I get enough protein?
That's why I think it's so good about the cart. It's like and these soups or other. I know you have.
A lot of the
I remember
soups,
you've had several times little cook-offs and things at your farmers market.
That's usually in the spring. We have a chef challenge.
That's it, yeah. So those ways of, those are perfect little teasers, introductions to plant-based. Oh, I can make, that squash soup was really good. I can make that at home. Or the sauteed zucchini or whatever, you know.
Yep, and I think at least one of the soups is going to be purely plant-based, no milk products. Cool. Some of them will have some cream or milk product in it. But it's a great way to learn. It's a great way to find out different, expand your horizons. Yeah. And you don't have to go totally plant-based, but maybe one day a week. Or at least come and try it. It's completely free. And like the one day we did a chickpea dinner, and it was so funny. I had somebody I knew that lived around the corner came and I want to try. I'm like, just try it, and they're like, oh my gosh, this is so good. Yeah. And so we gave the chickpeas away for free, and we had vegan mayo and different things that were in the recipe. So we gave them away for free. So people who tried it, if they wanted to try to make it at home, they had some of the base ingredients.
Are some of the soups purees?
Yes, I think.
Because that is an extraordinary way to make a all vegetable soup with purees like cauliflower, broccoli, and
that's what I do. It's
and
so
even
good.
fruits, nice fruits and things like that in the summer. Yeah.
I make this killer butternut squash soup, which is so easy. It's warm. Yeah. And it's vegan, plant-based. It's so simple. All it is either vegetable broth or water. If you don't have vegetable broth, vegetable broth. But it's onion that you saute, a little curry, and then apple, sweet potatoes, and vegetable broth. And you cook it down, and then, I have a hand immersion blender.
Sounds
we
good.
have them at people's place. I saw one sitting out on the floor the other day. So if you're looking for an immersion blender, stop on over. Try the soup. Go in and get what you need for it.
Exactly.
There you go.
But it's super great, and then you can freeze it if you want.
By all means, you can keep it for months.
Yeah.
Little side note here. Have you seen that new renovation on the corner of Sauk Hill Road and Washington Avenue? Used to be the old ice cream place.
Yes,
Moonburger, big sign on it.
What is a Moonburger?
I don't know exactly what a Moonburger is, but the woman, my son was working at Herzog's yesterday, mixing paint in the paint department. Anyone needs some good Ben Moore paint, go down to Herzog's and see my son Ben.
That's right. Ben for Ben Moore.
Ben's selling Ben Moore. But the woman, I guess is the principal of it, came in, was getting some supplies, and Moonburgers, it's a franchise, but it's all plant-based. Burgers, fries, and shakes, all plant-based.
Really?
Yep.
That will fly, especially right there at the circle.
Yes, honestly, locations
kind of a hard spot,
but the idea
it's a destination spot.
The idea, there you go.
That's what it is. That spot needs to be destination, though.
And that old hotel there by the that's going to become a residence. So it'll be a very local place for them.
But all drive through. But I think the timing and the premise is right on cue. Right, good timing. So
I saw that I just saw, I don't know, in somewhere there is a new plant-based cafe that opened up, I believe, on McIntyre Street. Because I had to look up, I'm like, where on McIntyre Street? Because I thought it was all residential. But it's a few doors down from the back of Kingston Catholic. So I guess, and it looked like it must have been a store at some point in time also. So, the little block between,
little markets in there,
between Kingston Catholic School and the parking lot for the Lutheran Church. It looks like it's in that little segment. And I was like, wow. No. Right. Eating healthy in Ulster County. Go figure.
Definitely, yes.
That's right near Redeemer, right?
Yeah.
Redeemer Lutheran, top of Wirt Street, right?
Yes,
McAtee's
yes,
right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Okay, huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'll drive by there, check it out.
Yeah, well, I have to go down. Well, if you check it out before me, let me know.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Text you. But it is a terrific Tuesday. I know there's a whole bunch of other events going on. The Garlic Festival's this weekend.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, big. And
everybody loves garlic.
And the Kingston Elks Lodge is having a big garage sale, hopefully a big garage sale on Saturday.
This weekend, yeah.
Garage sale barbecue. So start under the pavilion, so rain or shine. But the weather forecast, after today.
It's supposed to be beautiful.
Weather forecast looks stellar for the
fall is here.
It's all clear after today.
Clear, a little cool towards the middle of next week, but
hey, we're at the end of September.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Ditto.
Beginning of October.
Friday's the first, right? Yeah.
Friday's October 1st.
What happened?
I know.
Well, we did a lot. We did a lot this
summer's
this
been
month.
booming.
Yeah.
The Italian festival's coming
Yeah.
up.
Unfortunately, I'm going to miss it, darn it. I'm going to be going down to North Carolina to see my buddy. Oh, well. I'll have a good trip, but still going to miss it.
Yeah, that's the 10th, I believe, right? October 10th.
Sunday the 10th.
And Bill Calderera from Ulster Savings Bank, the CEO of Ulster Savings Bank, is Signore of the year.
Signore.
And Mary Tuma is Senorita
Signora.
of the year.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And I believe Kevin Reginato and his wife. I don't know the first name. And Kevin, I know Kevin because
being honored for their
Italian Pride. Italian Pride. Kevin and Stephanie. And Kevin and
is
Stephanie.
He the restaurateur?
They own Reginato's.
Oh, how
and he's so.
Be pushing your Italian culture when you own an Italian restaurant.
I'm sure she is a beautiful, wonderful person too. But Kevin, I have the privilege of knowing because he is a volunteer at People's Place, and so that's how I know him. And what a nice,
and the Signora
nice man.
Is a volunteer as well, isn't she?
And Mary Tuma is a volunteer at the Wellness Empowerment Center at People's Place. She teaches an exercise class on Wednesdays.
Oh, fantastic.
So, and again, she's just lovely. And of course, I know Bill from, I don't know who doesn't know Bill from Ulster Savings.
Yes, exactly.
Here to there. He's
Ulster Savings Bank is such a great community supporter of all things that go on. And that's really spearheaded by him.
Tony must be doing something.
Yeah, Tony.
One
of our co-hosts. I believe Nina was honored a couple years ago.
She was.
I believe. Yeah.
It's been, and I think Anna Brett was honored.
Yep.
And she did the show. Yeah. I don't know all the past ones.
Mr. He used to own a dry cleaning company over Midtown.
Esposito?
No, in Midtown area. He was honored, I remember. Anyhow.
But this year's honors, we're talking about this year.
It's nice to
2021.
Have it back. Nice to have the festival back.
Yes, yeah. So I think that'll be great. Go down. There's going to be all types of vendors.
And if it's anything like the Hooli, it should be very successful.
Yeah. And that's right. That's it's basically the same concept, which is wonderful. And I think that it's great to celebrate, all different heritage that are around our community.
Cultural roots.
It's important to, and if you're not Italian or you're not Irish or you're not, I know that they have the Greek festival, and Cinco de Mayo, they do a celebration for Mexican heritage. But it's great to go if you're not that, because you get to pick up little things here and there about that culture and just celebrate.
Who doesn't like Italian food?
It's all
food,
right.
Greek
It's all.
It's delish.
Part of the community.
Eat your way around the world at the various festivals.
That's right. That's correct.
That restaurant in Midtown was used to be Van Bramer's.
Van Bramer's Market?
Yeah.
On McAtee Street. There you go.
Okay.
Yes,
there we go.
School Kingstonian calling that in.
Yeah, there you go. So now it is a vegan cafe. But mark it on your calendars. October 10th. Go down to the Italian festival.
Enjoy some good music, good food. I'm sure there'll be some wine flowing somewhere. So.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant to mention, we were talking about newer places that are open. An Australian family opened up an incredible grocery where the Sunshine used to be.
I've heard that.
That is unbelievable. It's next to Standard Brewery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well,
it's a nice little destination. Speaking of,
it's a market,
right? Yeah, right behind.
Because that sandwich place that's in where the deli, Sunshine Market. You used to go in to the right was like the market, to the left was the deli.
Yeah.
Yes.
The woman that took over the deli, I think it's the same people that own Village Coffee. Sandwich place, really good. I've been there twice. Had really good sandwiches there.
Yes, they do, and it's actually a nice destination grocery for a lot of specialty things like really awesome yogurts and
cool.
Fantastic produce.
So
and,
while
you
you
can
go
get
there,
sandwiches.
wait
you
for
can
your
get,
sandwich. You can go get a beer at Standard, and then buy some of your provisions at the new market.
And in the morning at that new market, they have incredible baked goods. Really, very creative.
That's cool.
Very creative.
We should try to get them on the radio. Yeah. Have you met them?
I know them, but we should get them on the radio on a Tuesday. Yeah, they should definitely come and talk it up.
No, when you said Australian family opened a thing, I was thinking restaurant, and I was like, boy, I don't know if Australia is known for. And it was a British penal colony. I'm not sure they're.
I'm sure they do a good job.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Shrimps on the bobby.
But it's an extraordinary.
That's cool.
They have a phenomenal bakery.
Have they renovated the space at all?
Oh,
or is
it's
it pretty much
gorgeous.
the same setup?
No, it's gorgeous. I think they did a lot of work before they opened. Yeah. And it's a primo destination, and it's one of the we're really happy because we live in the Rondout, and it's the closest
and
store.
Then, my buddy Stefano,
closest store to us.
Stefano at the Meat Wagon is practically.
East Chester.
He's on the corner, right?
He's in the old market around where Ruby Mays most recently.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
That was a butcher shop
meat,
before that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So there you go.
Ruby Mays is down now
on
at
East Chester Street, right? Corner Hasbrook and East Chester.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. So it's just one block before that.
Yeah, Ruby Mays is downtown.
East Chester. And
here's dating myself. In the old Harbor Pasta. Remember Harbor Pasta? The crazy German guy that owned Harbor Pasta?
Crossroads.
Yeah, that was Crossroads for a while.
That was a pasta place,
Adam
too.
Garner, right?
Yeah. That's been a lot of, that's been
Irish
reincarnated.
Pub for a while, now
Dermot's.
it's a southern soul food place. So there you go.
Yeah, it's good to have all different types of food. Gives you lots of options and lots of choices. The Anchor just opened, maybe a few months ago now, but I don't know, half a year.
Oh, good for them.
They did the hole in the wall, something like that, isn't it? But she does donuts on Friday, Saturday, and Sundays, and she makes them there.
Oh, really? Wow.
They are so
cool.
good.
Huh.
They are so, and she does some gluten-free
Thank gosh.
ones.
I mean, she's got to be one of the happiest people that whole construction's over.
I think that her business, I mean, we had to live with it for 2 years, and it was a nightmare.
You did. Yeah.
But for her business, I just think it was even worse.
She did.
Yeah,
she had
it just was even worse. It's like I
all
just
those Engs,
truthfully, I really feel that when they do projects like that, there should be money factored in to the project to help assist the businesses.
For compensation. I know. I'm sure Broadway Lights Diner suffered.
Destroying.
I'm sure.
I mean, I don't know how Brandy hung on. That's why I always support the Anchor, the donut shop she has next to it, the Hole in the Wall, I think it's called. The fabulous donuts. She makes them fresh every single day. She has gluten-free ones for people who have celiac that are listening out there. It's just, she is definitely the description of a small business owner trying to make it in the face of a lot of adversity. So hopefully with this, I know we would stop at Eng's, and he was always saying, what a problem it was to have everything dug up in front of him.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure
you could barely get into the parking lot for Eng's. Yeah,
right.
Barely get into the parking lot.
But it's cleaned up, and it seems to be
traffic's flowing. I'm not sure how I feel
and
about the middle of the street parking, but hey,
this is the time to
it'll work it out.
This is the time to really, really enjoy and patronize.
Yeah.
Anything on Broadway.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah. Support local.
Yeah.
Support local.
And they need it more than anyone.
That's where our jobs are coming from.
Mm-hmm.
You buy some on the internet, they're not hiring people here in Kingston. So.
Right. That's correct. I always, as much as humanly possible, try to buy local, even if it means going into the store and buying the paper towels that you can get on Amazon and just delivered to you because you're they have to pay a person in the store, and that's a person who lives in our community.
And then you don't have to get rid of the cardboard box. You don't have to recycle this ginormous cardboard box.
Right. Think about all the cardboard. I never. Really
Oh gosh.
Oh my heavens.
There are people, and I live on Fair Street. You see the garbage goes out every Sunday night, and in the last year, 10 houses every week have overflowing recycle bins with smiley face boxes. It's like holy cow! How much shit? Right. And I've been off.
We have no less than 200 boxes, just as an example, from Le Canard. On recycle day, we have no less than 200
the produce
per week.
Oh.
It's all cardboard. It's going to get recycled.
Everything,
it's all stacked and everything, and it gets recycled pretty judiciously.
But the fish, everything comes in cardboard. Yeah.
and just
beer, the beer case.
We have a whole room for boxes, during the week, and then they get flattened and put out.
It's
and that's just one little restaurant.
We go through boxes. Yeah.
Yeah. But I just learned I can't unsee. You know how you see something you can like in the FedEx logo, like there's an arrow and the E and the X. I didn't see that for like 20 years. Then someone pointed out, and so I can't.
Now you see it.
But the Amazon, right, and the arrow, if you notice, it starts at A and ends at Z because they offer everything from A to Z. Like that was like their very first logo or something, like when they were booksellers or something like that. And I think it's the smiley face.
Yeah, the smiley face. It
goes from the A to the Z. Amazon, it's kind of neat. And now I can't unsee that. Now you can't. Sorry. You won't be able to unsee it
now
either.
We're going to know it forever.
Pretty clever.
We'll be cursing you, Cam.
That's right.
Darn you, Cam.
I heard on the radio. We got
logo design. You're on it. You're on it, Cam. You're on it.
I was listening to some newscast this morning, and I'm not sure how I feel about all these billionaires launching into space, pumping CO2 unnecessarily into the atmosphere. However, that's a whole other thing. But Elon Musk offered, which one? One of the rich guys just offered William Shatner a ride into space on their next flight. Isn't that kind of Captain Kirk?
Oh, Captain Kirk. Okay, we're going to give him that.
He's never been in space for real.
Shatner just keeps on going, doesn't he? He may possibly be an alien.
Well, he makes. If you watch Men in Black movies, he may be one of the aliens here living on Earth.
Not
I think that's cool. I mean, Kirk, if anybody deserves to go to space, other than our legitimate astronauts who are incredibly trained and super intelligent.
Any famous person who deserves
any celeb deserves to be launched into space on a billionaire's whim.
From the position that I sit in and what I see every day, I find it, everybody can do whatever they want with their money. They're billionaires. But there's no reason that people should be hungry anywhere in the world because there's so much money, and there's no reason there should be any kind of housing crisis anywhere in the world, not just in the United States, but across the globe when there's so much money.
Mm-hmm. Controlled by so few people who just write a few checks. Yeah. Instead of 90 minutes of flying around in your expensive jet plane up in the atmosphere, why don't you... Right. It's crazy.
And you're right, though, in what it's doing to the atmosphere, but that is a whole nother...
Yeah, it's a whole other argument.
Whole nother argument about the
science. No, it's a whim. Let NASA do the science.
Climate.
You're a business person. Work on business and your communities and stuff.
Right, and help your community be better.
Scientists do that.
I agree with you.
Anyhow, I don't want to go on a tirade, but
I know. There you go.
It does. I guess you could argue, it's providing jobs and look at the advancements in engineering, but there's also a lot of hungry people too. So,
or housing. There's a lot. College, make all state in schools free.
Yeah. Exactly.
Everybody can get
erase the debt from all kids that are on scholarships that are getting over a 3.5 or something. Or,
right.
Whatever. Make it a needs-based, or reward the kids who are working hard, and or
that's
not just kids, people working hard.
Adults, right? Everybody. Adults that want to go back to school so that they can change careers. There's so many options, but I guess that's really not up to us, is it, Cam?
Exactly. We could talk about this for 2 hours, but either way. William Shatner.
Anyway, there you go.
So hopefully this terrific Tuesday. Normally we have Dr. Roberts as our guest at 7:30, or someone if he's unavailable. He arranges for someone from the college to fill us in. And then I'm kind of psyched to talk to the library ladies, Marjorie and Ursula.
Margie's so great.
Their election and passed their budget last week, so she could probably report on that. And then, of course, Paul Hakim is our 8:30 guest about the local real estate and development. And
yeah, that's how you find out all the things that are
good
happening.
stuff. So it is a call-in show, 3319255. We're going to be going to break shortly, but please keep that number in mind. Give us a call, make a joke. You know, the more you call in, the less you get to hear me talk. So
ask a question. If we don't know the answer, we'll just make it up.
That's right. Straight face. Even though we're on radio, I'll have a straight face.
There you go.
But cool. So we're about at the bottom of the hour. I need to get a glass of water because I'm really thirsty. But why don't we go to break, and we'll be back with the community college.
All right.
And you are with us here at KCR, Kingston Community Radio. It's 7:30 a.m. exactly, and you're listening to KCR, Kingston Community Radio, on AM 920 and 92.5 FM. My name is Dan Gatus. It's 61 degrees right now here in Uptown Kingston, and it's Tuesday, September 28th, a terrific Tuesday, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Thanks for starting your day with Kingston Community Radio on 920 WGHQ AM Kingston and 92.5 W223CR FM Kingston, New York. Magic 92.5.
To buy your home, you became a house hunting ace, learned about loans, scoured neighborhoods, and asked the right questions. Now you're queen of your castle. If you manage that, you can get your retirement plan on track. Visiting aceyourretirement.org can help. With 401k tips and smart saving strategies, you'll feel empowered to own your retirement like you own your home. Go to aceyourretirement.org. Because when it comes to clearing financial hurdles, you're an ace. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Hey, hon, what you doing with your phone?
Do flowers have best friends?
I don't know. Hey, look.
Whoa.
Some answers can only be found in nature. Discover the unsearchable. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a trail near you. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them?
By their clothes,
their age,
the way they speak.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Scott Harrington from Hurley, and I support Kingston Community Radio because the people need a place to have their voice heard, and it's lost in corporate radio, so please keep listening and supporting our station.
And you're with us here at KCR, Kingston Community Radio, AM 920 and 92.5 FM, 732 and 61 degrees here on this Tuesday, September 28th. And this upcoming portion of Kingston Community Radio is being brought to you by Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union. Thank you. 1099 Morton Boulevard in Kingston, their main office. And yes, a few showers this morning, about a 60% chance of showers becoming steadier and heavier during the afternoon hours. High of 69 today, and partly cloudy skies tonight, and a low of 44. And Wednesday, sunny along with a few afternoon clouds, a high of 66. And Wednesday night, how about that, a high of 66? Sounds pretty nice. And Wednesday night, a few clouds, a low of 44. And Thursday, intervals of clouds and sunshine with a high of 62. And Thursday night, mostly clear skies, a low of 44. And as we said, this upcoming portion of Kingston Community Radio is brought to you by Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union, MHV FCU. Let's get back to the on-air studio with Cameron Rylance and Christine Hein.
All right, we are back.
We are back.
Your weather report, we go from air conditioning to having the heater on in 2 week span. 44.
It bounces back and forth around this time of year.
Very true.
Yeah, but that's okay. So hopefully we are awaiting, hopefully someone from the community college will be joining us for their normal time slot this month.
Yes, we're so lucky to have that college in our community.
Absolutely.
It's, phenomenal. It's ranked number 1, 2 in the country for community colleges. I mean, it's gotten so many accolades over the last few years since Dr. Roberts has been there that, we're very, very fortunate to have an educational opportunity like that, and having the college right next to Kingston High School also.
Extension
to make it easier for kids to take college classes that live right in Kingston.
Yep. And also,
And
the other
there's
things you
the
don't think of,
programs. There's the programs in the high school.
The police training academy, all the OSHA certifications, and professional. It's not just school,
Right, right.
It's the professional development and certificate courses. They offer a lot. So, but
good stuff.
I guess in the meantime, I've been asked because big thing this weekend, the Garlic Festival, Saturday and Sunday. There are no. The only way you can park at the Cantine Field Complex is by getting a parking pass in advance. That's all online. $10 per vehicle per day, and KiwanisIceArena.com leads you to the Garlic Festival parking pass site. Or you can call 247-2590. But if there are any available, the last day to reserve them is Thursday. So if you're interested in...
Where do you park if you don't have a parking pass?
In the remote parking lots, which are all over, and you have to shuttle bus in. Or if you're lucky enough, you could perhaps find a metered spot on the village somewhere and walk out to Cantine. But it's going to be a very busy weekend, so plan ahead.
Yeah, it's a huge event.
Yeah. And then also like to repeat that Kiwanis Elks Yard Sale at the lodge this weekend. Kiwanis is gathering donations from all of our members, hopefully, and selling them.
Yep.
And the Elks members that are involved, we'll be doing a little barbecue to hopefully raise a few dollars for that. And both of our clubs are any net proceeds will be going to the Mentor Me program.
Wonderful. That is such a great program.
You would know about it. I believe we have our guest on the air. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning, Cam.
Good morning, Dr. Roberts. How are you?
I am fine.
My normal co-host Nina is not here, but she is being replaced today by someone you know well. Christine Hein is in the studio with us.
Oh, Christina. Hey, how are you, Christina?
I'm well, Dr. Roberts. How are you?
I'm doing really well.
I was just singing your praises before you came on. We just how wonderful it is to have the community college in our area and all that you've done, what you've brought to the college since your tenure has been remarkable, really. And the accolades that the college receives is a testament to you and your faculty on how important education is to all of you and what you do for our community.
Well, that is so nice you say that. And I really have to thank the community and the staff and our team. It's a team effort. You just point the direction and you let them go, and they just get it done. So it's an incredible community. And you think about what our foundation has been able to do. That's people in our community really care, and it makes my job so much easier. So thank you for the accolades, but I think we all deserve it, including. We had an county executive who was my partner, who helped me get this stuff going, who was truly remarkable too. So, again, all that partnership, and what we've done at the Kingston location, that facility has just turned out to be such a gem, and just means so much to us to be located in that part of town.
It's so important for a lot of the folks who live in that part of town, which really just, we all know it, that there would be no way for them to truly get out to Stone Ridge. So this just opens a whole another level of education that was not truly offered to them before. Accessible, yeah.
And you see the youth is just tremendous. You get there after 5 o'clock. There's not a parking spot. Just incredible.
That's great.
It certainly is being utilized, and it's such a beautiful campus. It really is. It's gorgeous.
Now, how you are, full swing in the middle of your fall semester. How are things going with classes and health-wise? Everything is rolling along at the college. Okay.
Well, I see us as a microcosm of the world.
Sure.
We have certainly a lot of support. The vaccination right now is our challenge. As of the 28th of, actually I think it's today, students are required to have their second shot. And that was a tough sell, but it's amazing. Students have stepped up and they're doing the right thing, and we're feeling pretty good about that.
Now that's an honor code thing. I mean, right? I mean, are people asking for proof of that?
Yeah, we can easily get proof of it. We have a database through the SUNY system that we're asking students to supply it. But if we don't get that, we can go through the back door and find out, what students.
Okay, good.
Back.
Good.
Did you offer vaccinations on campus?
Yeah, we had them all last week.
Great.
The county came up, put in the gym, just walk in, and we were certainly able to get. I think we had Johnson one day, and we had Pfizer the other days. But, we try to make it as convenient as possible, and we're working right now with the county to back to school. I don't know if you've heard that or read that in the paper, where any high school student who is able to get the vaccination will be put in a drawing for a 2-year scholarship at Ulster.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was. I have to give the county credit. They stepped up and proposed it. We said yes. Anything we can do to help stop this.
Literally put their money where their mouth is. That's wonderful.
Yeah. So we're happy about that.
Now, staff was mandated for quite a while to be vaccinated, correct?
Well, we are negotiating with the unions. Our board put in a policy, a resolution that said everyone on campus would have, by November 1st, have to be vaccinated. And what we're doing now is, because of the unions, we are negotiating what that really means. But we are hopefully by January 1st to have 100% vaccinated campus.
That'd be great. That'd be really good. Now, how are fall athletics going?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Kim.
The fall athletics. What's do you know how our senator teams are doing?
Well, our volleyball team again is going to be sensational. I believe now they're 3-1, and I talked to one of the players the other day and said that they lost. I think it was Rockland, but they know they can beat them. In the next round, they're coming after them.
That's the spirit.
Soccer's. I think they're 2-3. But they play some tough teams. They really do. So soccer, boys soccer, and we have girls soccer for the first time. It's so exciting to see that.
Really?
We have enough to field a team, and it's just going to continue to get better. But girls soccer in the area is really huge. I didn't realize that. We have a number of, on Sundays, the youth leagues are practiced at the college. And it's amazing to see. There are literally hundreds of girls running.
I honestly thought there was a girls' soccer team for some time. It's news that I kind of find that a little surprising at this inaugural season here.
Right, 'cause soccer's huge in the area.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're feeling good about that. And you probably know that, we just got recognized again for the second year to be the #1 community college. I'm bragging now.
Good.
We talked about that a little earlier in the show that you were named in the past. Ulster was named as #1.
Now what organization awarded you this?
Bestcolleges.com.
Wow.
They rank colleges throughout the whole country, so you can pretty much go to any college in any state and find out where they rank. A lot of it has to do with the graduation rates, how long it. And affordability and college loans. There's 6 basic categories, and our foundation helped out a lot with that. The cost to go to SUNY Ulster is virtually, you qualify, it's not going to cost you anything.
That's fantastic. I mean,
so it's #1 in the country or the state or
the state. There's 122 community colleges, 30 SUNY systems.
Wow.
So.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy.
I didn't realize there were that many community colleges.
Yeah, but hey, #1, man.
Yeah,
we need
go us.
We need giant foam fingers.
That's right. That should be all over the place.
Exactly. But you mentioned the foundation, but with the from everything from the President's Challenge to the scholarships they've made available, the like you said, the foundation is a huge.
They work tirelessly.
Driver of access, I guess you could say. So.
Mm-hmm.
Any news or events for the foundation that might be upcoming?
October 7th, we have our gala.
Oh.
At Wilwick. So we're excited. We have decided to do it in a tent outside.
Uh-huh.
And we'll limit to 150, but at the same time, we'll have a virtual ceremony going too. So people can participate either virtually or come and be socially distanced under a tent. They got a huge facility there with a great tent. So, we're going to be outside, hoping for the best with weather. But October 2nd should be fine.
Do you have honorees?
Yes, we have a number of honorees. We have.
Are you looking for the list? Because you might be breaking up.
Did we lose you?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, Rich and Donna Croce.
Oh, Croce.
Yep.
Yeah, they're just sensational. And they're up, I believe, over 12 President's Challenge alone scholarships.
Wow.
Really? Wow.
That's amazing. That
And
really
then
changes
Drew
lives.
Andrews is going to be honoree.
I'm sorry, repeat that, Doctor?
Drew Andrews.
Oh, Drew,
yeah.
CCE.
He's incredible. Yeah.
Yep.
He's on our foundation board now too. So, and actually he's been recommended to be on our college board. So we're hoping the governor signs that.
Awesome.
Wow. Then we have another award. It's the Ann R. Donovan Award.
Oh.
And that's we do faculty. And Greta Banka, who is during the pandemic, she was just unbelievable. She runs our teaching and learning center. So she has virtually trained every one of our faculty to be able to go online within 2 weeks and kept the training going for a year and a half.
Amazing.
It would be funny because it would be a Monday morning and you'd go to her site and she'd be in her car doing a video in the parking lot.
That's dedication.
Answering questions. She was great. And the other one, another group is SUNY Ulster Health and Service Team. That's the folks who actually set up and did the testing, did the entry onto campus, made sure that we had wristbands on. They were out. They never missed a day. They were there 7 days a week for 12 months. Unbelievable.
That's great. Now, speaking of, now are tickets still available, or any way to get involved with that for our listeners?
Yes, absolutely. They're available, and it'll be 5:30 on October 7th. And the number to call is 845-687-5283. We can get you tickets, information, give you the websites, anything. Anyone's interested, please. It would be a great opportunity to get involved with our foundation.
And that's a fundraising opportunity as well for all the work the foundation does. So
exactly.
Now, speaking of the foundation, just to perhaps emphasize the importance of it, is there? Can you take a rough stab at the amount of scholarships you've been able to fund through the generosity of the foundation?
Well, I can give you the history. 7 years ago, when I came, they gave $200,000. This year, we're giving over $500,000
a year.
Wow.
Annually?
A year.
A year.
Whoa!
That's amazing.
Holy cow!
And that's not counting the. We have a separate fund for the President's Challenge, and as you know, the wonderful Darlene Pfeiffer gave us $1 million.
Right.
Down. So
she's incredible.
She really is, and just that fund we have. I just counted the other day, $650,000. So the beauty is, individuals will donate to support one student, but that's 4 years, so we're able to invest it, and it'll continue to grow through the years. So, and we just heard word the Johnson Scholarship Fund out of Florida. They've been working with us for about 6 years now, and they just gave us an award of $400,000. So
that's great.
Great.
Is that earmarked for something?
That's President's Challenge.
Wow.
For President's Challenge. Amazing.
Yeah.
Now, is the President's Challenge is that at Roundout Valley schools, or is it more than just Roundout?
It's the entire county.
The entire
nine
county.
school districts.
Did you do a test?
School.
Was there a test
sorry?
pilot with Roundout?
I broke up. I'm sorry.
Did it start out as a test pilot with Roundout? Was there something with Roundout? Why did I remember that?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
we
okay.
first kicked around the thought, and we went to, and we approached Roundout, and we threw the plan out and said, what do you think? And they were in 100%. So we started with 5, and I remember driving to the school to award the first 5, and somebody had heard about it and called and said, make it 6. I'm in.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. So now it's anyone in any school in the county.
Yeah, and we start the promotion in 8th grade. We'll start right now. We're promoting how to apply, get involved, getting the educators, the teachers, to try to pick out the students who are those diamond in the rough that could really use it. And then in the spring, they'll have an application process, and then we do the interviews. So the interviews turned out to be so heartwarming and emotional. It's just so much fun. But we're up to 50 now, 50 a year.
Wow.
A lot of interviews.
Yeah.
So we've asked the foundation board members who are interested to take part in the interviews. But it's really something.
Now, so these are current 8th graders. So in the fall, they're learning about it. So by the time they graduate, as 8th graders, they know that they've been accepted into the program?
Yep. At their graduation to high school, we bring our representatives and we award the 5 during their graduation. So as they walk into high school, they went through the orientation, they signed the commitment.
That's great.
They've been to visit the campus, so they're well on their way.
Yeah, that's great. That recognition too is
right. Really gives them something to focus on.
A prideful moment in those families, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's been fun. It really has.
It's such a great idea too. I mean, does this happen in other communities around the country, or is this something unique to our area?
We're the first.
Yay, go us.
Another feather in your cap.
I know, right.
For sure.
So I have a serious question.
Uh-oh.
I want to know, are you going to do Tuba Christmas again? I love Tuba Christmas.
I know, isn't it wonderful? I'm pretty sure we will.
What the heck is Tuba Christmas?
Tuba Christmas is awesome.
Oh my God, it's in the Clinton building. It has the high ceilings, and they do Christmas songs with tubas, and it's just so cool.
Like the 2 weeks before Christmas or something like that. Yeah,
that's cool. Who doesn't like a good tuba?
And tubas can play notes that trumpets can play.
Really? That high? There's different kinds of tubas.
You have an enormous range on a tuba.
Really? Huh.
Oh, yeah. You can get very, very high notes on a tuba.
That's cool.
Yeah. So
it's not just for oompa bands.
Not at all. No, it's an extraordinary, yeah.
And it brings the community in. Like, they're not just SUNY Ulster students, right? It's anybody that plays the tuba in the community, right?
It is anybody in the county. It's
yeah.
amazing the number of individuals who participate, love it, and it's right. It's very few. We probably have 1 or 2 students, but the majority are the community members.
That's
we have
neat.
a community orchestra and band that is so much fun.
Yeah, well, I hope there's a way you can figure out how to stream that, because that could be be a viral sensation. You never know.
I never thought of that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, there's how many tuba players in America? 1 million, or more. So that's neat.
One more thing for SUNY Ulster to be number 1 in.
That's right. More
an innovator.
Exactly. Might be a Guinness record in there somewhere.
Dr. Roberts, what is the? Do you have a date for the tuba ceremony? The tuba celebration?
I don't, but next time. 1 month from today, I will tell you.
All right.
Excellent. Thank you. There's a teaser. There's a teaser there.
That's right. Come back.
Yes, absolutely.
So any other announcements or anything for the fall? I mean, holiday season's coming up. What's your semester schedule look like? The spring break, or the semester break and all that, right?
Yeah.
Well, right now, you still can sign up for our express courses, and that they start on October 16th. So anyone who is interested, you can get a course done before December. So it's expressed. Get a quick 3 credits in, and we're looking forward to anyone who wants that opportunity to jump on. Let's get you registered. And we have a number of open houses, so we're finally getting students back on campus. It's going to be socially distanced, and they'll have to wear masks. But high school students, parents, anyone who wants to attend, there'll be a number of those in the next few months. We have a program just for financial aid where students come in and they can fill out all the applications, get everything they need, and up and running to start for the spring or the fall semester.
That's really nice because that can be very daunting and very intimidating.
Oh, Christina, you are absolutely right. I don't know if I remember filling out my daughter's FAFSA, and it is crazy. It because at the time that I hadn't filled out, so I went to college, but I'm going through that. It's a nightmare.
Oh,
it really is.
Well,
so many questions do not apply, but they have them on the application. So that's why it's good to have a professional there to guide you through it.
Yeah, there's a lot at stake with those financial aid forms, so and deadlines and everything else. But long gone are the days of open registration where there's 800 people in a school gym lining up to sign up for English courses and stuff like that. That's
yeah.
Students can live without that.
Yep, I remember those days.
Oh yeah. You're standing in line counting how many kids am I going to get in the class? Am I going to what's going on?
It was good to be a senior because you got in line first.
There you go.
That's it. You have to pay your dues, though. We on all those lines beforehand.
Exactly.
So now is the semester any shorter?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Is the semester any shorter? I know some colleges last year, they ended at Thanksgiving because of COVID, and they were trying to get the people off campus and, I don't know, clean it out. I'm not sure what the logic was behind. I think that's what it was for, to keep the spread of COVID down. Did Ulster do that last year, or did they keep the same schedule?
Well, because we were so much online, we didn't have to do that. We were able to continue almost virtually. The only thing that wasn't on last year was some of the labs where they'd come in, nursing labs and the vet tech. And other than that, everybody was almost 100% online.
Oh.
So we didn't stop early.
Oh.
This year, we're anticipating because the rates are going down. All our students are going to be vaccinated, so we should return to normal.
Yeah.
By November.
Here's hoping.
I know a couple months ago you were on and you were saying that this fall enrollment was a little bit off than it is historically. Do you have any indications of spring semester? Are your numbers going to creep back up to normal, or is that still who knows?
We're going to open registration in mid-October. We're actually opening a little earlier than usual. But I have to be honest, it's a surprise how many students decided not to come back and how many students decided to go part-time rather than full-time. So, we have a lot of students, but a lot of them have decided just to go part-time, and that really hurts in what reflects in our enrollment. It looks like the enrollment has dropped tremendously, but what has dropped is the fact that they're taking 2 courses or 3 rather than 5.
Yeah.
So, we have our eye is on the fall semester because right now, with the financial support we got from the federal government, we're doing really well. We had probably a record fund balance that we just put into, we shared with the Board of Trustees at the last meeting. So we're good.
Wonderful.
There will be no problem with layoffs or anything. We're one of the few schools that had no layoffs. We didn't, no financial cutbacks.
That's great.
Because,
congratulations. That's fabulous management for your whole team.
Well, this is the hardest thing you do.
Yeah.
You don't make a lot of friends when you're trying to save money.
Yeah, but everyone's still working, full employment. So
right, and number one.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we're number one. Exactly, high ranking.
We're gonna get those big foam number ones out.
That's right, big giant foam fingers, waving with pride. But we only got about a minute or so left, Doctor. Any last minute announcements or something you'd like to share?
Yeah, we have a career expo at the Kingston Center on October 16th. It's from 10 a.m. to 2. No registration, just walk in. It's a one-a-day event for job seekers, and we will go through your resume. We will help giving you pointers on job interviews, but we have a number of companies will be there looking for individuals. The home of Kingston, Greystone, Ellenville Regional Hospital, Global Foundries. It goes on and on.
Great.
So anybody looking for an opportunity to change jobs, get brushed up a little bit on your resume and some of the other things that job seekers need. We'll be there October 16th, and just stop down.
That's at the Marys Avenue campus. From what time?
Yep, it's from 10 a.m. to 2.
10 to 2, October 16th, Marys Avenue, career.
Yep.
Very great.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for, making our community a wonderful place to be.
Yeah. Congratulations on the award.
Yeah.
As well. That's huge.
Yeah, definitely.
And gala. There are gala tickets available. Spots.
Oh my God! October 7th.
October 7th.
It's right around the corner.
And reserve one if you don't have one.
And it's outside, so it's safe.
At Wiltwick.
Yeah.
Call the college.
Absolutely.
Excellent. All right. Well,
Thank
Doctor,
you so
thank you so much
much.
for joining us. Appreciate it, and we will speak to you in 1 month, and hopefully we'll have a date for the Tuba Fest.
That's right. Tuba Christmas.
Yeah, Tuba Christmas. There we go. Excellent.
Okay, thanks, guys.
All right, thank you,
Bye.
sir. Appreciate it.
Bye now.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Busy guy.
He's done such a remarkable job, and he's right. He has a fabulous faculty, but they have a great leader.
Yeah, from the head down. Buck stops here. So why don't we go to break, and we'll be back with our friends from the library.
Thank you, Cam, and thank you, Christine Hein, and a very, very special thanks to Dr. Alan Roberts for chiming in and being with us and updating us on the enormous opportunities at SUNY Ulster. KCR is Kingston Community Radio, WGHQ, AM 920 and 92.5 FM. Time is now 8 o'clock a.m., and it's Tuesday, September 28th. Terrific Tuesday. It's 61 degrees here in Uptown Kingston. This last portion of Kingston Community Radio has been brought to you by Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union, 1099 Morton Boulevard in Kingston, their main office. And we'll be right back after these messages.
Thanks for starting your day with Kingston Community Radio on 920 WGHQ AM Kingston and 92.5 W223CR FM Kingston, New York. Magic 92.5.
Never completely ready to adopt a teen.
For late nights writing English papers.
For your teen's music taste.
For dinners where they talk more on their phone than with you.
For the first time, they call you mom.
You're never completely ready to adopt a teen, and you can't imagine the reward.
To learn more about adopting a teen, visit adoptuskids.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Tony Marmo from Norman Staffing, and we've been bringing together employers and job seekers since 1980. If you're an employer and have job vacancies, let Norman Staffing help fill them with permanent or temporary workers. We screen, interview, and recommend the best candidates for your company. We make the employment process easier and faster for you. Please call Norman Staffing for your employment needs at 338-9111, 338-9111, or normanstaffing.com.
Hi, this is Shirley Stabe from Kingston, and I support Kingston Community Radio, and so should you.
Thank you for being with us here at KCR, Kingston Community Radio, AM 920 and 92.5 FM, and streaming online at mykcr.org, 7 to 9 a.m. every weekday. This morning program is brought to you by Robert Baum Commercial Realty, located at 79 St. James Street, Kingston, New York. Visit rgbaum.com for more information. Robert Baum Commercial Realty. And a little bit about the weather for the next 3 days. A few showers this morning, boy. We're getting hit a little bit right now. Steadier and heavier during the afternoon, too. High of 69, and chance of rain is 60%. Let's just say it's 100%. Partly cloudy skies tonight, low of 44. And Wednesday, sunny, along with a few afternoon clouds, high of 66. And a few clouds overnight on Wednesday night, low of 44. And Thursday, let's expect intervals of clouds and sunshine, high of 62. And Thursday night, mostly clear skies, a low of 44. And let's get back to the on-air studio with Cameron Rylance, Christine Hein, and our new guests.
And we are back. Before we introduce Marjorie and Ursula, I guess I already did introduce them. We have birthdays.
You did. You pseudo-introduced them.
I pseudo, but everyone knows that Marjorie and Ursula. This is their Tuesday.
Yeah.
I hear the rain again.
You know, it's raining. It's
down.
going to pass, though. It's going to pass.
Good, I hope so. So, today, on Tuesday, September 28th, for the Boyce Brothers Dairy Milk House Cow Pie giveaway, we have a couple contestants. So, let me start with happy birthday, Joan Barranca, love Marianne and William Banks. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. And a big capital letter happy birthday to Diana Palmer from your friends at the Hurley Pearlers.
So let's randomize these and come up with our winner. Diana Palmer.
Hey, Diana.
Today's cow pie. So go see the fine folks. Bring an umbrella. Go see the fine folks at Boyce Brothers Dairy Milk House and get your cow pie and all your other fantastic dairy products, and bring home a couple of soft serve cones for the kids before you eat your pie. Who knows?
Ice cream sandwiches they have there, right?
Oh, delicious. Homemade. You can watch them make them.
Yes, you can.
Make the ice cream sandwiches right in the store.
It's going to stop raining anyway.
Yes.
Because the soup challenge is going to happen. It's going on in a couple of minutes.
It will not rain at people's
Send
place.
your announcements into KCR, mail, snail mail, email, call Dan, stop him on the street. Whatever.
Could you explain the new dinner that's coming up at the Elks Lodge?
Oh, the new dinner. Oh, on the first. I forget the date.
We missed that. We missed that at 7.
I know. I'm surprised Paula didn't call in. Elks Lodge, the beef stroganoff drive-through dinner on I believe
October
it's
4th.
October 4th.
Monday. It's a Monday, right?
Correct.
The 4th. Yeah.
October 4th, Monday. As usual, it starts at 5:00. And I'm looking for the phone number. It is, oh darn, that's the wrong button. The Kingston Elks Lodge. I'm cooking, of course. It'll be delicious. And then Saturday, come to our drive-through dinner before our garage sale on Saturday.
Yeah, garage sale.
DEEE Elks Lodge.
Of which there'll be food at also. So you can shop and eat.
Perfect. What a great combination.
Eat while you shop.
Oh, Lord. I don't know.
And you're still shopping local, and you're reusing and repurposing. So really, it hits all the marks.
It is. So just drive by. Come at 5:00. We'll have food for you. I can't find the darn phone number. So anyhow, I don't want to cut into your time. So,
that's all right.
Ursula, Marjorie, thank you so much. Glad you're here.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah.
So, I guess congratulations. The budget passed last week, and you have some new trustees.
We do. Very exciting. Our 2022 budget passed, so we're set for next year. And thank you to the folks that came out to vote. We always appreciate that. And we do. We have a 9-member board. 3 of whom are up for election every year. Mm-hmm. So this year, our newly elected and re-elected trustees are Erica Brown, Sarah Franklin, and Sarah Wenk, and we are really excited to start working with them. Yeah. Erica's been with us for a few months. She stepped in to fill a unexpired term when someone had to leave the board, and so she's been working very well with us since earlier this year.
And really to all the board members, anybody who puts themselves out there, they're volunteering their time. It takes hours and hours. Sometimes they become a lightning rod. And so really thank you to all the 3 new members and the 6 existing members.
Yeah, and Ursula is our board president, has been for several years now, and is, donating her time in that way.
I've been on the library board since 2009, so part of 13 years. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Institutional knowledge.
So you understand the importance of what a community library brings. Yeah.
From the time I was little, the first thing you do when you move is get a library card.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as soon as I have mail, I can go down and get a library card. And I worked at Saugerties for a number of years.
Saugerties Library.
Saugerties Library in the children's department. And I did some volunteer work for them. So coming to Kingston, after a while, it just seemed it was a natural progression from borrower to
Borrower to employee. Not employee, volunteer.
And then board member.
Yeah.
Then you give all of the knowledge that you gain from all your years of employment, an insight to the board. which is important.
Yep, it absolutely is. And that's the purpose of a board, as you know, is to have that community representation and community support and community voice, and in these institutions. And, Ursula mentioned that, excuse me, the first thing that you do when you move is get a library card. And I just want to mention that September is library card sign-up month. We still have a couple of days.
Couple days left. Come on now.
And at the library, we have a display where we have a tree. Margaret Britton, one of our employees, has drawn a tree, and every new or renewed library card gets their name on a leaf to fill out this tree.
that's cool.
So a couple more days, help us fill out
You
our
have
trees.
to renew your library card?
You do.
didn't know that.
Yeah. They are good. I mean, there's really very little effort involved. They're good for 3 years, but that's really just to keep our database clean so that as people move away, move out of the area, we don't have, folks, I mean, computers are huge, but it's good to kind of keep
You don't want it
them.
full of people who don't live here.
Don't live here anymore.
Renew online?
Absolutely. Well, you can call the library. I think you can renew.
Maybe I'll just walk
online.
over because I need to renew my library.
I
didn't know they expired.
And it's very complicated. They'll stand there with the thing and says anything changed? You live at the same place, your phone number's the same, and you say yes, and they say thank you, and they push the button and change the date.
And you're good for another 3 years.
And you're good for another 3 years.
I can't handle the anxiety of having an expired library.
I know.
Oh my God.
My son and I got them.
I know, hang my head. Oh.
Yeah, my son and I got them together like 12 years ago.
I was gonna say-
mine's definitely expired.
My son's definitely expired too, and he lived
20,
in the
right?
library
Yeah, he's
growing up.
20-ish,
I mean,
right?
we went to library, every library all the time. Every single day we went to a different local library when he was growing up.
That's one of the nice things about Ulster County is that there are so many libraries. There's actually 21 libraries in Ulster County. Kingston Library is one of them, and your library card is good at all of them. So if you want to go and check out the Angler's Parlor in Phoenicia or the Story Hour at another library that meets your schedule better,
But now, we chatted a while ago. You came to visit us, and we
I
talked
walked
about
over.
some stuff. We walked over because we're neighbors. And one of the things that people may not realize, the library has all kinds of things available with your library card other than just books.
Oh,
so you have the passes, which I found to be incredibly intriguing. So maybe you want to.
Sure, we have some Mohunk Preserve passes that people can check out and head up to Mohunk Preserve. We also have Opus 40 passes. Their season is starting to come to a close, but we've had those for a few years, so we'll have them again in the spring. And we have some backpacks that we were talking about, so you could come check out a Mohunk Preserve pass, check out a birding backpack or a nature walk backpack.
Can I borrow a garden rake from the library?
You can borrow
You
garden-
what?
Well, yeah, I know.
What about an edger or a spade or a drainage?
You can even borrow the wheelbarrow to put all those leaves you rake up in to take them to this.
Wow,
That is
I
so
did not
cool.
know that either.
That is very cool.
And this spring when we started our tool library and our seed library, and I know a lot of folks took advantage of that and they grew their food in their yards or wherever. Now that we're all thinking about putting our gardens to bed, we have come back, get the tools and, rake and clean and sort of mulch your garden bed and put it back.
No, I remember you guys saying they're going to do something in the fall about how to harvest seeds and stuff. Was that or part of your program? There's going to be a demonstration or something?
We don't have that planned yet, but we will. We will. We are part of a four-library consortium called Libraries of Local. It's the Hudson Library, the Mountaintop Library, Kingston Library, and Rhinecliff Library, and we're sort of together creating programming for people. So we've had gardening programs and foraging programs, and there will be a seed harvesting program coming
That's
up
cool.
At one of those libraries. But we do have some seed, if we're talking about seed programs, our assistant director, Addie Smock, who you've met, is planning
Addie was here.
a couple of programs in conjunction with Hudson Valley Climate Solutions Week, and one of them is for teens. It's a DIY native wildflower seed bombs, where you can create wildflower seeds in a they're seed bombs, but they're sort of in their own little compact dirt
capsule thing,
capsule,
whatever.
Okay.
and you just sort of throw them and they self-seed. They, sort of plant themselves, take root, and in the spring, there will be wildflowers.
That's
you,
awesome. That's really cool.
Throw them in the fall, or do you throw them in the spring?
In the fall. So
they nestle in over the winter, and they get in the dirt.
So they'll make them now and then toss them wherever.
Yep.
That's cool.
And then in the spring, they'll think, oh, right, I planted wildflower seeds out there.
Whatever I'm looking at, like, oh, they're going to make little, I was thinking the bath bombs, and sometimes they have the lavender.
It's kind of the same idea, but it's flower seeds.
But with native flowers, that's great.
That's really cool.
What we need.
Bomb, you'll be very unhappy with the results.
Yeah.
Be growing wildflower.
A little gritty. Yeah.
And folks do use them as sort of a guerrilla gardening technique. If there's a bare patch in your neighborhood,
empty
or
lot, corner lot,
you can pitch a few in there, and then suddenly it's beautiful next year.
Oh, not even on your proproperty, just like throw them in the woods.
Yeah, on side roadsides,
Excellent.
anywhere where we need more pollen flowers.
Very much so.
And this is just for teens, correct?
That one is for teens.
That's great.
Yes, for adults in the same sort of program series, we're having a book discussion around the book Braiding Sweetgrass: Indigenous Wisdom, Scientific Knowledge, and the Teachings of Plants.
My mom's going to that. Sweetgrass.
But yeah,
right.
I know.
I know all about sweetgrass, and these guys made fun of me.
He likes to smell
I was
handbags.
sniffing some handbags, and she caught me. So I wanted to see if it was a sweetgrass, because that's an art form. The gullah,
really is.
it's like $10,000 bat. I mean, it's a huge thing. And
But when you're out and Cam comes up to you and says, "Can I smell your bag?"
Your purse, I want to scratch and
wonder.
sniff. You're like, what? I just wanted to see if it was really sweetgrass, But you know what I'm talking about. It's an art form. It's cool.
Yeah, it really is.
Great. I like to talk about this, right?
Sure, the ukuleles. We have a wonderful local musician, Kat Larios, who is going to be facilitating a ukulele meetup. It's all ages, all abilities. It's going to start on Wednesday evenings, next Wednesday, October 6th at 5:30. We're going to have some food for folks to eat, and basically we're inviting anyone, because ukulele people are sort of community people. They like to play.
Fun-loving.
They are fun-loving folks. It's a fun
that you can have.
instrument, and they like to play in community and with each other. So we got a really great donation of several ukuleles from the Catskill Ukulele Group, and a cash grant from the Hudson Valley Foundation for Youth Health. And Kat is going to be facilitating that.
Cool.
So folks who have ukuleles and want to come and play in company, they're welcome. And we have a handful of ukuleles to lend out to people who maybe want to give it a try, learn how to play.
Cool.
Yeah. So if you already know how to play, come share your talent. If you don't quite know how to play, come and learn from others.
If you want to learn how to play, but you are a horrible singer.
Oh, I don't think anyone's going to be required to sing. This is all about learning to play the ukulele. So, like I said, it's all abilities, all ages, and Kat Larios is a wonderful local musician who's going to be guiding that group.
All kinds of fun things for free at the
Always
library.
For free.
Make
And
sure your library card's up to date.
Make sure your library card's up to
The
date.
ham radio class.
Yes.
When I first started on the radio, 3 years ago, a guy came in who was like the head of the Overlook Mountain Amateur Radio thing. And ham radios are still very important. I mean, it sounds old-timey and everything, but in a natural disaster where cell towers are out and everything else, a car battery and a ham radio can connect you to the world. And they are still a vital link in the national civil defense system of ham radio. They still maintain network. It's really cool.
And that's the group that is going to be having the class at the library. We're really just hosting that class, and the Overlook Mountain Amateur Radio Club is offering the class. So, like you said, Cam, it's really a vital skill for our community.
It sounds old-timey,
to
but
have.
it's very valid. Yeah,
and it's not just a fun hobby and an interesting skill. It really is a vital thing for us to have. I mean, unfortunately, we've seen these folks have to step up in weather crisis,
disasters,
and storms, and disasters, and that kind of thing, and deploy their skills to our benefit.
Yeah.
So,
like if it's terrible, like New Orleans, you lose your power for a week. Imagine losing your power for a week. You can't charge your cell phone anymore. So whatever. But anyway, I just find
and
it
we
neat.
need to know what's going on.
Yeah. And I like the this Dia de los Muertos stuff you got going on at the end of the month.
Yes, that is also in collaboration. You know, libraries love to collaborate with other folks.
Yeah.
And that is in collaboration with the Poughkeepsie Public Library and the Newburgh Free Library with an Arts Mid-Hudson grant. The three libraries, Kingston, Newburgh, and Poughkeepsie, are going to be having some Dia de los Muertos programming. And for those who don't know, it's a cultural celebration, a Mexican cultural celebration around the Halloween, All Souls, All Saints Days, and it's a celebration of it's sort of a combination of indigenous traditions and European traditions, and it's a celebration of our ancestors and the traditions around that.
It's a happy celebration. It's not a sad day of mourning. It's a remembrance.
It's a remembrance.
Happy, we love these guys. And
it's something, I think that's something fun, wonderful. It keeps people alive and connected in your roots. When my son went to Kingston Catholic, they talked about Day of the Dead and celebrating. And ever since then, I think he was in 6th grade, every November 1st, we have a dinner at my mom's, and we pick different foods that each person who has passed on used to like.
Nice.
And so
that's
we
cool.
eat a different thing. And he came up with the idea after learning about Day of the Dead
That's
in
lovely.
6th grade.
Catholic school,
And
which
we
is
still,
wonderful.
And we still do it. And when we're eating it, then we talk about all the people who have passed on and like the funny things about them or something that, just something that they brought. And it's great because it's also given him the opportunity to learn about some people who he was really, really tiny when they passed on, or maybe they weren't here by the time he came along.
Right.
So, but by celebrating these things and learning that kind of stuff, different families can take their own spin on the tradition.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And one of the sort of gentle things that we will be doing is we'll be having an ofrenda, which is a kind of altar in our lobby, and we'll be inviting community members to bring photos of their deceased pets, beloved pets who have gone on, and put their photos on our ofrenda, and bring their favorite treats and food. And if they would like to share a small bag of their treats, their food that their beloved pet enjoyed, we will then take those and donate those to the
shelter?
Awesome.
Ulster County SPCA.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So they can, share their pets' images and their favorite treats, and we will bring those to the SPCA.
That is
And
such
then
a
another
great
little
idea.
activity around that, the Sugar Skulls, Calavera.
Yes, that's. We will have a couple of crafting programs. We're going to have one that's teaching folks how to make the paper marigolds, the paper flowers that we decorate with for the Day of the Dead, and another will be a take and make craft. If you don't have time to actually stay at the library to do something, and make the calaveras, the sugar skulls
That's
that
great,
are
yeah.
such a sort of
Everyone recognizes
familiar
those,
image
yeah.
of
Why do they call it sugar skull?
because they are sugar.
Are they made of sugar?
They are made of
Oh,
sugar,
okay.
and they're decorated skulls. I think we've all seen those decorated skulls around
Yeah.
Day of
Very
the Dead.
colorful.
I didn't realize they
and-
were made of sugar.
Yep. There's actually a lot of traditional foods associated with it. There's those sugar skulls. There's different types of breads, in addition to the memorial sort of kinds of foods.
And so during all of these different programming that you offer, do you also talk about the history of what each thing is and why they do the paper marigolds or why they do
A little
the sugar
bit,
skulls
yeah.
a little bit? So
Yep.
kind of interesting
Yep.
that's wonderful.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great.
It's such a
program.
great thing. I mean, earlier in the show, Cam and I were talking about all of the different types of festivals that are, that happen, the Huli, the Italian festival, et cetera. And it's so great for folks who it may not be their cultural heritage to go and learn about and broaden your horizon and makes it a little better place to live so we all understand each other.
Yeah, and that's one of the great things about Kingston is that cultural vibrancy and learning about all these things.
And Mexican culture is fun. And they know how to party and they know how to eat. I mean, serious. Food and music are associated with even the sad festivals in Mexican culture. They're
Right.
food and music. And the
I
fun
love
ones
the
are
food.
even better. So
And I just want to
Yeah.
reiterate that
There you go.
Day of the Dead, those programs and celebrations are made possible with an Arts Mid-Hudson grant for for the three
thank you.
libraries. So that was a great thing.
I like this in the middle of October, middle of the month, Nutrition Jeopardy. That looks pretty cool.
Yes, we're going to have a nutrition educator from Cornell Cooperative.
Oh, you're not
coming.
getting Malik Bayam?
No.
Jeopardy host. Blossom. You're not getting Blossom up here to host
We
it?
are Kingston Library. We work with our local folks. You know, there's so much expertise in our own community. We don't have to look beyond.
No, and Marcia Sebro is fabulous. She's the one who's hosting the Nutrition Jeopardy, and I've had the pleasure of working with her and meeting her, and she's just wonderful. People should go. It's a fun class.
Good. Yeah. And that's at the library on Wednesday evening, October 13th. So we have a lot going on. We're also next Thursday, October 7th at 5 p.m. out in our beautiful new outdoor amphitheater. We're going to have some jazz musicians from the Kingston Artists Collective giving a free concert. So folks are going to want to come by in the evening about 5 o'clock and hear some great music, incredibly talented jazz musicians. Again, that's one of the wonderful things about Kingston is we have such talent and such, skill here. We have really...
And if you're concerned about crowds, you should be able to hear the music if you park nearby.
Oh, sure.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. So probably, our neighbors will have a little concert that evening too. But folks who want to come to the library, we have a parking lot. We have our outdoor seating now.
And you also have the story walk around the building still?
Now we don't. We had some election information around the building, and we took that down. But we do still have our sidewalk obstacle course.
Well, there you go.
So people can sort of jump and skip and hop down the sidewalk. And I was walking through the library yesterday, and I looked out the back door, and I saw a couple of young men who I would say were probably between 16 and 20 enjoying our sidewalk.
Playing hopscotch. I brought that up because for the jazz, if you want to bring your kids and they don't want to sit still for the
and
jazz,
the concert will
walk
be
around the block.
outdoors.
Yeah.
And so all ages welcome. Kids can wander around, enjoy the outdoor space, listen to the music. It'll be very nice.
Looking at the weather on the news last night, there was sunshine for all the way through next week, so hopefully you'll have good weather.
Good to hear.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll have good weather for it.
The concert will be rain or shine. We will move it inside if we have to, but we would rather not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a ton of stuff. Oh, and we have a new librarian who just joined us yesterday. He'll come and join us for one of these shows one day. His name is Brian James, and he's a Kingston resident, and he is now one of our librarians. He's joined us as our access and patron services librarian, so he's going to be doing some programming. He's going to be overseeing some of our circulation functions and our technology. He's got sort of a grab bag job, but he's just one day in, he's already doing an amazing job, and we're so happy to have him join us.
Always good to have new additions.
No, that is not a real deer.
I was gonna say, man, he is a whisperer. If you can get that close to a real deer.
You have a writing group?
We do. We have a writing group that's going to be happening on Tuesdays, every other Tuesday at 11 a.m. And at the library, we try to make very gentle and open spaces for writers. So it's a very supportive group, very, no judgment. It's a very safe space to share your writing, give some feedback to other writers, because writing can be a very isolating pastime. You're doing it in your office at home.
And it's a very personal thing. Very often you're writing from your own emotions or your own experience, and your point of view is very delicate to you, that somebody comes in and starts tromping on it and may convince you not to continue writing when it's really, your grammar needs work or your vocabulary needs work, but there's a basic talent there and there's a desire that makes you feel better. So we don't want people to say, oh, well, I can't do it. It's just, I do it differently.
Now, narrative writing, people have been doing journaling, what is narrative writing, if you can answer that? I don't know. Is it different than...
Well, it's different than fiction.
Prose? Okay.
It is more personal, like Ursula was saying. It's
like journaling?
Like
or
journaling,
okay.
like memoir writing. There we go.
Autobiography kind of? Sort of?
Yeah. More along the lines of memoir writing.
are you only writing, how like a sportscaster? Are you, now steps up to the plate? And that's what I was saying about narrative. Like,
right, narrating an event.
Describing something? Or?
Well, it is kind of describing something. So, yeah, narrative.
But it can be personal. It doesn't have to be like, okay.
Nope. It's a pretty broad area of writing.
It could be something like a mom's feelings when she drops her first child off at school to go to school all day. That can vary dramatically from mom to mom. Some moms are good. I have some peace and quiet to finish the housework, and others are just falling apart because they're going to be apart from their child for this long. Yeah. And each point of view is personal, and each reaction
Way to
is
express,
separate.
yeah. Way to express. Oh, God, a minute left. Holy cow.
So we have 1 minute left.
1 minute.
Anything that we haven't covered that you want to just kind of get out there quick, other than go and renew your library card?
Library's closed Columbus Day, Monday 11th.
Library's closed Columbus Day. Yes, encourage people to come in and renew their library cards. And, we've been going through our newsletter today. You can go to our website and sign up for our newsletter at kingstonlibrary.org. So if you want to get this information in your email box, you can sign up for our newsletter and get what we've been looking at if you're not already.
You're just adding an awful lot to my to-do list.
Happy to do that, actually. I'm to the point where
you'll be happy.
When I see a mom with one of those hand things that they have the baby in, and the baby looks like they're just a couple of weeks old, the first thing I think is, oh, good, a new borrower.
There you go.
We're just trying to have you live your best life, Christine.
There you go. That's it.
Cool.
And that's what happens when you use the library system.
That's right.
All right.
It improves.
All right, well, we got to go. So, Ursula, Marjorie, I just got the break. I'm getting the hook. Thank you, ladies, so much. Have a good month, and we will see you in a month.
In a month. Very
All right,
good.
Dan.
Thanks.
Thank you, Ursula and Marjorie from Kingston Library, and very, very special thanks to our hosts, Cameron Rylance and Christine Hein. It's now at the bottom of the hour, and you're with us at Kingston Community Radio, KCR AM 920 and 92.5 FM WGHQ, and streaming online at mykcr.org. Tuesday, September 28th, terrific Tuesday. It's 61 degrees right now here in Uptown Kingston. This program, this segment of the program is brought to you by Robert Baum Commercial Realty, located at 79 St. James Street, Kingston, New York, and visit rgbaum.com for more information. rgbaum.com for more information. And we'll be right back after these messages.
Thanks for starting your day with Kingston Community Radio on 920 WGHQ AM Kingston and 92.5 W223CR FM Kingston, New York. Magic 92.5. Thanks for starting your day with Kingston Community Radio on 920 WGHQ AM Kingston and 92.5 W223CR FM Kingston, New York. Magic 92.5.
Faucet running? That's not a faucet. That's a river rushing through the forest. Forest rivers provide over 100 million people with clean water to drink.
What? I can't hear you because of the vacuum.
That's not a vacuum. That's the trees in the forest cleaning up the air we breathe.
I didn't know the trees were so amazing.
Yep, and the forest gives us shade, trees to climb.
That's awesome. Let's go explore some more.
Visit the forest today and enjoy all it does, just for you. To learn more about the forest and find one near you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Tony Marmo from Norman Staffing, and we've been bringing together employers and job seekers since 1980. If you're an employer and have job vacancies, let Norman Staffing help fill them with permanent or temporary workers. We screen, interview, and recommend the best candidates for your company. We make the employment process easier and faster for you. Please call Norman Staffing for your employment needs at 338-9111, 338-9111, or normanstaffing.com.
Hi, my name is George Post from Ulster Park, New York, and I support Kingston Community Radio, and so should you. Where else can you speak to your local representatives on the air and have your questions answered? So thank you, and support KCR.
And you're with us here at KCR, Kingston Community Radio. Thank you for tuning in. And this is AM 920 or 92.5 FM, or you're streaming online at mykcr.org. KCR's talk radio, and our call-in number is 331-9255. And this upcoming portion of Kingston Community Radio is brought to you by Rondout Savings Bank. Always working for you and our community with branches in Kingston, West Hurley, and Hyde Park. Also online at rondoutbank.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. And let's get back to the on-air studio with Christine Hein, Cam Rylance, and Paul Hakim.
And we're back for the home stretch. Paul Hakim, welcome.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
What's new? What's going on, man?
A little bit of everything.
Kids are good. Grandkids are good.
Everybody-
Grandchild.
actually,
only one grandchild.
We just announced we got number 2 grandchild on the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
In March.
Holy cow.
So, and George is going to be 2 at the end of this month.
2 already? Holy cow.
Yeah, it's amazing how.
Holy cow,
How
2
quickly I
years.
am aging.
Yeah. Only you. You're the only one that's aging. I'm not. I just got my hair cut last week, so I get younger. Every time I get my hair cut, I get younger. So
I don't have to do that as frequently.
Yeah, oh, there you go. But you're the
Yeah, so fun times in Ulster County. We
yeah.
got,
Things are jumping.
Yeah, the fall is a great time here.
Fall is
Have
coming.
you driven through Uptown Kingston one of these last couple weekends? Oh my goodness, it's crazy.
Hey, that's what it's
Lot of
all
people.
about.
Yeah, lots of people.
Leaves are going to be changing, though.
Yeah, I
they're-
understand.
It's really the pretty.
They're
I don't
turning
know, I think
brown
it's
and
pretty.
falling off.
Yeah, and all the hotels are full, all the restaurants are full. That's the best part.
Yeah, no doubt.
Right? The economy is chugging.
Need to have the visitors. Need to have the people coming. Spending,
Yes.
shopping.
Yes.
So I've been
Loving
waiting
what we
for
have.
a day and a half to talk to you.
Uh-oh.
The Tech City. I just saw a huge lien was put on, like multi-million-dollar lien was put on those properties.
It's only by the EPA. No big deal.
That's a federal. To me, now, isn't that going to hinder its ability to be sold? Because doesn't a new buyer now got to pay that or something? I don't know. That's why I wanted to talk to you. I was like, who's going to buy it with $1 million already in debt or whatever?
Well, it probably will be a couple $1 million by the time it's not a private sector cleanup. Ginsburg, at the end of the day, would probably be better served handling the remediation himself as opposed to letting the federal government do it. Cost differential might be a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? But, it'll be interesting to see. We've got the guys who bought the 400,000 square feet of space along the tracks in the back for distribution.
Yeah,
I forget the name of the apparel company.
Yeah, the Italian.
Right, but the county owns the footprints of a bunch of the other buildings. I think the pile buildings included. Actually, the building 025 on the corner, the county owns the footprint of the building, and then the piles in the parking lot, which Ginsburg still owns all of that land. That's all the parking lots.
Yeah, the debris piles you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So, as I read deeper into the article, the federal government you don't want to tangle with because, number one, they can pierce the corporate shield, which is a scary thing. So, they can come after him personally.
Yep.
I guess on the bright side, although he lost the majority of the parcels for taxes, he got around $13 million for the parcels in the back. So hopefully he's got some cash now to contribute to the cleanup, right? So, that's always the, conundrum.
Yeah. To me, that's like, who's the heck's going to buy any of that property?
There's people moving out of it, too.
Yes. Well, so they forced a lot of the tenants out. Unfortunately, it was a bad business environment over there. But, the contamination, it's not like the plume under the plant in the north side of the east campus. It is something that you can deal with. It is asbestos, mixed in with the stone. So they just need to treat and handle the stone in a different manner, or I guess transport it in a safe manner. Yeah, that's an interesting can of worms.
Yeah, because I read that. I was like, I was like, this is going to sit here forever. If someone's going to have to pay $2 million on top or whatever, on top, I just don't understand the complexities of it. That's why I wanted to ask.
Well, by my estimation, we have been waiting forever.
It's been vacant for how?
Yeah, it's 25 years.
Yeah,
right.
Crazy.
So it's just kind of sad, but the economy is kind of aligning with the stars now. So. With all the demand and everything up here, we talked earlier about the tourism and the restaurants being busy. So now we've got, these higher net worth people coming up, visiting, enjoying the place. And hopefully on the ride home, there's an elbow going in the car going, hey, honey, we should move the company up here.
Yeah.
Because that's, those
And
five.
it's happening.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I wish it was highlighted a little bit more, and we could really see the scorecard of what's happening on that side of the sector. All you hear about is, restaurants and, the stores and, construction workers and everything not being able to find labor, but we're not hearing about any, influx of workers coming up. I know of a bunch of, 10,000 square foot tenants that have moved up. You've been down in the Bronx, Brooklyn, those areas, and you see all those nondescript little commercial buildings. A lot of those buildings have 5-10 employees in them. So those are the
doing a variety of things.
Right,
so that's around here too.
Yes.
That's
Yeah. Well, those are the companies that are
Just that
that are
people
moving
don't
up,
realize
and
it.
we're not noticing those. People are waiting for a headline on a tech company. coming
Yeah,
with
500 new jobs, yeah. But any word on that lighting company that was taking some of the old the bank, not bank, the
it's what the
healthcare
Voices Lane building.
Yeah.
It's the building behind United Healthcare. I believe that they have closed. I think that
Okay.
they closed on the IDA incentives. I know there's a little turmoil now going on with the with the IDA, but I think we've had turmoil with the IDA in the delivery of those incentives for 20 years. It's got to be at least that. And that's really about 20 years ago is when the state changed the laws on the IDAs being able to do more than bonding for big industrial projects, right? And, a lot of people don't realize how important those IDA incentives are in the capital stack for a large project. We need to fill the gaps and incent these companies to come here. I worked with that lighting company. They had options. They could have gone to New Jersey or Connecticut. They had distribution already in place in those two areas. Fortunately, the price was right on that building. Although they need to put millions of dollars into the building, they still made the choice and are coming to Ulster County, which is fantastic. So we need to pave the road and not deter them. Unfortunately, as everybody knows, we've got very high taxes in New York and Ulster County, years of accumulation. When we need to help the businesses somewhat buffer that to help them digest and stabilize after they do a multi-million-dollar move. So that's why the pilots are so important. Some get a little bit out of hand. Some of them
some are scrutinized more than others.
Are needed. Yes, yeah. So the politics need to come out of it. The legislature appoints the IDA board. We always get a couple political wild cards in there, which doesn't help.
It shouldn't be. It should be completely non-political, business-oriented.
And separate from the government.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So it needs to be business people helping business people. When years ago, when we had the Ulster County Development Corporation separate from county administration, we actually assigned gatekeepers to companies like that. So we'd find somebody in the sector that spoke the language, that knew how to navigate the supply chain locally, to help that person settle and make a decision to come to our area. So, we just got to get refocused on that. There's so much noise and so many initiatives out there, social and otherwise, sometimes we forget about, that economic base that's necessary.
Got to pay for it somehow.
Well, yes. So, there's a lot of different proposals floating around for Tech City. I was one of the 20-something that, responded on that. And there's a whole slew of arts-related things that go on, or, initiatives that want to start in Tech City. But I keep going back to, okay, this is all great. It's all part of our ecosystem. But, the ecosystem needs to be complete with jobs to help support the arts, right?
Yeah.
We were trying for the last couple of years, and we still are trying to get some tech to come in with some training. I've had meetings with Facebook and Google trying to get them to bring in their training, and I got pushback from some people in the arts community like, we don't need more tech. That's not good for us. And it was like, hey, wait a minute. You're in the arts. You would greatly benefit from
Well, if you're trying to
marketing
monetize art, which is not an easy thing, you need tech to help that. So
Tech is the way of the world.
Yeah.
Well, Facebook and Instagram marketing right now is huge. So if you're that artist, graphic designer, you want to know how to use those controls in that back end and navigate that. Because you're the designer, you're the one that's building that little post. And, it's great. You go through, social media and you see a lot of businesses, how well they portray themselves. And it's all about the art. It's that graphic that catches your eye. Mm-hmm. And that's what the art community's got to, kind of grasp.
Embrace, yeah.
Well, it's, yes, it's big tech. Everybody's got, I guess questions about big tech and Big Brother. But, those types of trainings, that to me is what will help tie that ecosystem together and support all this great stuff.
True.
So, we're headed, I guess, in a good path because the county has control of the property now.
And then, thank goodness. And I just saw the other day in the paper some pushback from the development on Lucas Avenue, the Bluestone Forest area. People want to put some apartments there. Big pushback now against that.
Well, there was a complex proposed there probably like
long time
10 or 15 years ago. Before that
got chased away.
Before that one development was built. And, obviously that's where the, opposition's coming from. I know a couple of the families in there. Sorry.
Me too, yeah.
But, it's textbook NIMBY, okay? Not in my backyard.
Yep, absolutely.
I was 25 years on the planning board, 15 as chair in Hurley. And, again, it's textbook because, everybody is screaming about the affordable housing crisis.
Until they want to put it near my house.
In my opinion, we need more support. We need aldermen, mayor, a county exec, legislators, everybody to go, wait a minute, this is part of the solution to the problem. Sorry, it's going to inconvenience a few people, but, it's a supply and demand problem that we're facing. More inventory will bring cost down, right? And the price of the units down. And there's no inventory as a problem, and landlords are able to raise the rent. And unfortunately, Scenic Hudson took 3,500 approved units off the table. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's going to make a beautiful park, but there's got to be a little bit of balance.
Where else can we build that?
Yeah. And that's, we do the same thing with jobs. It's like, we need jobs, but then, we've got environmental concerns also, and that's why the Route 28 steel plant, is under so much scrutiny. And
I remember when that was an active quarry as a kid, and then it was a auto salvage yard. Come on, it's not pristine. First of all, there is no pristine wilderness in the Catskill Mountains. Every single tree that you see is like within 100 years old because they were all cut down during the Industrial Revolution.
Sure.
So, first of all, there's no pristine and
quarried for the reservoir. You don't realize how many quarries were, to pull the bluestone out
to make the dam and the spillway and the runways.
Over on 32 is solar now.
Yes.
And then parts of
by your old house. That is huge.
And you know what? They can't use parts of it because of the stone. They can't get into it.
Oh.
It's so hard.
Yep.
But it is quite the thing to see.
Monstrous.
Especially, we used to play back there.
We used to walk over there from Hillside Acres, drive our mini bikes, and then when the road was still good, we'd skateboard down the road.
And solar panels.
Yeah. It's a monster. Have you driven past there?
Ice skate, sleigh ride. We've done we live there. So
yeah, that thing is huge.
Yeah, there's a couple huge arrays off of 209 also, back by Hurley Automotive, where the historical museum is in the back.
See also from the rail trail in Hurley.
Yes. Yeah. That's the one on the farm across by Vindic Antiques. In the straightaway.
Yep.
Right on the Hurley Marbletown line. But, those are 8-10 megawatt facilities. So now, it's kind of funny because it's like, okay, we want solar, we want green energy and stuff. But it's like, but I can see that from the rail trail, right? That's going to be the next argument. I don't want to see it. I want it, but, do it somewhere else.
Yeah, that's like windmills, too. People chasing windmills, wind energy turbines.
Drive in the western part of the state, you see them all over the
place. Oh, yeah, up Tug Hill. They're huge.
A whole windmill farm.
Yeah, well, and we got to remember that when we're asking for things or things are being legislated, Do we really want that? We went through that in the town of Hurley years ago. We went through a 4-year comprehensive planning process, and everybody came together. There was no comments at the public hearings, and we were like, okay, if we're going to have high-density residential, we want it here. We need senior housing, so make senior housing, illegal with the zoning. We changed the zoning, and a few years later, Lennar came in with the proposal between 209 and Lucas Avenue.
Yeah, that was monstrous.
Going out to a state road and out to a county road, so no traffic issues. There's 0 neighborhoods or anything around it.
Right.
We made it legal for them to do it at that density for senior. They came in with a proposal, didn't need one variance because it was legal what they were doing, and you thought the sky was going to fall. So it was like, I unfortunately was chairman of the planning board at that time and had all the daggers pointing at me.
Yeah.
And it was like, we just finished a 4 or 5 year review process. 10 surveys went out. Where were you? Where was your comment?
Yeah.
We asked for this, right? So,
well, they chased Hits away too. I remember. Yeah. Hits had originally been looking at Saugerties.
Yes.
Or not sorry, in Hurley before they settled in Saugerties.
Well, they were looking town of Ulster Hits. Weren't they looking on Kukla Lane?
They were looking at the Hurley Flats.
Yeah, I remember Gary
around Michael
packing
Paul.
House, the packing house between Paul's and Gill's. They were looking out there.
Yes.
How about that proposal for the Winston Farm? Did you see any of that in the paper?
Yeah.
That's like a city.
Yes.
An amusement park, hotels, retail, high-end housing, workforce housing, assisted housing. That's, to me, that is great.
So it is. It's a great vision. I think like any developer, they're going in asking asking for everything, and maybe we'll meet halfway. But again, we need industrial space. We need places for businesses. There's no office space available. Tech City doesn't count because if you're a 5,000 square foot tenant, you're not going to go into those huge buildings and get lost or have to have your customers walk a mile through a building to get to you.
Yeah.
Right? But, we need inventory for all different types of uses. So
I think we need workforce housing.
Yes, we do.
That's, it's important.
Okay, so I'll ask you define workforce housing.
To me, workforce housing is people who are working. They work their jobs. They go to work every day. Maybe they make between, $45,000 and $70,000 a year. It's tough. It's tough for young people who are getting out of college to how are you going to afford a house, a home, or even an apartment? And I think that to me, what I see is folks struggle, and they're making little baby steps forward. And then some assistance that they've had gets taken away, and then they fall back. Because, you need to help the people so that they can keep moving forward. And I think that's where we're lacking the housing. Because houses now are, even in Kingston, $400,000, $500,000. And somebody who just graduated from college or chose not to go to college and chose to become an electrician or a plumber or whatever they're doing, they're not going to be making $200,000 a year. Yeah. They're not going to be making very few $100,000 a year.
I must be using the wrong plumber.
But not as the apprentice. The apprentice isn't making that. And when you're just out of high school and you're learning, you're not making that much.
I agree with your definition, but unfortunately, there's a huge stigmatism because they think projects. It's like workforce housing. You're masking. And I'm going to end up with a project in my backyard.
Yep.
And, I don't have and with your typical definition of project, I wouldn't really necessarily have a problem with that anywhere in the community. My problem is the residency requirement, all right? So we've got this influx of new people, just like senior housing. If we were doing an affordable senior project, right? Something that was in the grab so we could get a lot of these seniors to move sideways within the market, all right? I'd like to see a residency requirement. They hold lotteries like, hey, we've got 200 units coming online and 1,000 applicants we put into this lottery. How many of these people are from out of town, right, that are coming into the lottery?
Moving here.
And we're inviting them in for our affordable housing.
That's what's happened with all those other developments.
And I'd like to see,
We're importing.
That's right. I'd
Importing
like to see
residents to live in the affordable housing we're building our
a
community.
senior affordable housing. So that's just exasperating the crisis, right? So if we had that workforce housing, I'd like it on a residency basis. It's not like, hey, I'm going to move here and find a job because I got this affordable apartment.
Right.
I'd like to see the priority. It's like, hey, I'm 25 years old. I was
Move out of my parents'
I
house.
was born here.
Right. Well,
right?
that's kind of what I'm seeing, and where I think that is a step that communities need to go to help folks with. Because there are a lot of people, I mean, I see them every day. They work one job, they work two jobs, sometimes they're working three jobs, and they're still having to come and get some assistance.
Well, it's part of it. I mean, we're roughly the same age here, a little older guy. But I mean, how many of our friends from high school had left because there's no couldn't stay here? There's no jobs, or whatever. I think that tide is turning. There's now more opportunity in the area. Kids are wanting to stay, or young people wanting to relocate. After you go away to college, you want to come back. Like you said, there's nothing, and that's
there's quite a steady, there's quite a substantial inventory of houses between $200,000 and $300,000 in the area right now.
But
some residential prices for buying houses have reduced to some extent.
That's still a tremendous amount.
I have a
of
couple
money.
of friends who've been looking for houses.
And that's very temporary, though. That's very temporary.
If you're a 25-year-old guy just out of college trying to start your career at $200,000, a lot of money. They're not going to lend that to you.
There's not a lot for $200,000
Yeah.
right now. I know a few people who are looking, and everything they look at is, it's listed for $275 and it sells for $300 or more. But I think that there are things, and there are jobs here. That I think that's one of my pet peeves that I hear all the time, though, is that everybody has to move away because there's nothing here. That's not necessarily true. There's people moving here all the time because they can work here. It depends on what field you choose to go into also. I mean, that's part of it. If you're going to go into, finance, and you got to be down in the big cities.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to do that in this area. You want to be a neurosurgeon, you're probably going to have to be in a big city. Maybe down the road you can transfer to a smaller place if that's what you want. But it really depends on what you're going to school for as well. So it's multi-layer. There's never any easy problem, or we'd have to figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and you say that, with the going to school, I've I was approached and helped counsel a few high school age kids with their parents. Because my kids, went through school, fortunately are, successful in their careers and on a good path. But, they were like, well, what kind of majors? Because most of the kids are lost. You're in high school. You typically don't do an internship or something till you're
pushing.
in college.
Got to go to college. Got to go to college. Got to go to college.
Well, that's right. And I think, the VOTEC right now.
My son did 2 years ago. We were applying for college, working with Jess Doyle,
Yeah.
My son comes down for dinner, struggling with his essay, comes down for dinner one day and he's like, Dad, I don't think I want to go to college. I don't even know what I want to do. Well, don't. In January, he's starting utility lineman school.
Which is fabulous.
Heck yeah. He's going to make more money than I do in a year and a half.
And there's one opening up in Xena. That company is
that same one, yeah. They're in Saugerties now. They're up in the old KTB.
Behind KTB, sure, yeah.
But the same outfit, Alignment Institute of Northeast. Don,
fantastic. And job security.
Yeah.
Great. 100%
job placement. Yeah, 100% job placement.
Yeah. But, that type of VOTEC, that even goes into software. Because, you can go to grow.google.com. I met with the director of that in New York City, and they're investing hundreds of millions of dollars in New York City for workforce training.
Yeah.
Because, they're finding internally, all the coders and all those, you don't need a college degree to be a great coder, right? So they're pulling these kids out of high school, these whiz kids.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of them came out of Hurley, and I know a couple others came out of Kingston right out of high school, got like $200,000 starting jobs because of their coding and their cybersecurity right out of high school.
Yeah, and that's just a way of thinking. That's the way their brains work.
Right, the way the brains are wired.
So do they need to sit and, get $200,000?
Do I need to go to MIT for that? No.
To get a marketing degree or something when they're just going to, sit and code, right? So, that all needs to be realigned, and that's going to be interesting to watch over the years. But first we got to deal with all these kids that have debt and no jobs that got out of college.
Underpaying job.
Underemployed for the degree.
Correct.
Huge problem.
Yes.
Lots of issues.
1 minute. We got 1 minute. All right. I don't know. What do you want to talk? We got a minute. Oh my God, I'm so nervous now. We only got a minute. Half hour goes quick.
Yeah. So how's your porch project going on?
It's going. The Elks porch is going to be massive.
All ripped off right now.
Yeah, it's all gone. We're slowly but surely building it back.
Huge. I think I saw you out there pouring concrete.
Yeah, yep. I wasn't. We were helping pour. Thank
You're
God for that truck.
supervising.
Yes,
You're
that's
supervising.
right. Somebody got to hold that shovel up. And our friend Paul Economos came out and gave us a nice thorough inspection for the city, measured everything, made sure we had rebar and the footing and everything was backfilled correctly. So
I'll drop a level off to you later.
Yeah, there you go. No, Roger set up his laser transit and everything.
Roger's on it.
It was good.
Yeah.
No, but the city was great. They came out right away, inspect, because then you got to pour the footings quick. Yeah, the city's been helpful, and so it's going.
Good.
What is that, Cam? It's for a new building?
New huge front porch on the Elks Lodge.
Oh, good. Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the November drive-through dinner will be with our new porch, hopefully. So.
Really?
But,
you better hurry.
Yeah, I know. Get out there. I'm going there later.
They're out there.
So cool. All right. Well, we chewed up a whole another 2 hours. Christine, thank you so much.
To the yard sale thing.
That's right. Yard sale on Saturday.
Stop over to the CIA soup challenge today.
People, it looks
No
like
more
it's clearing
rain.
up a little bit out there. So go
rain's
check
over.
out People's Place.
Yeah.
And Paul, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Congratulations on the announcement of your
Yes, for your
another
growing
grandchild.
family.
That's awesome,
Exciting
man.
times.
Yeah.
It is exciting.
George maybe get a sister, right?
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. It's been a terrific Tuesday, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, Cam. Thank you, Christine Hein, and a special thanks to Paul Hakim for being in here today for everything that's happening in Kingston developments. And you're with us here at KCR, Kingston Community Radio, AM 920 and 92.5 FM. It's now 9 o'clock a.m., and it's Tuesday, September 28th, 63 degrees right now here in Uptown Kingston. And this last portion of Kingston Community Radio was brought to you by Rondout Savings Bank, always working for you and the community with branches in Kingston, West Hurley, and Hyde Park, also online at rondoutbank.com. Thank you for underwriting this segment of Kingston Community Radio. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, Rondout Savings Bank. And we invite you to be with us tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. And until tomorrow, we wish you every success in growing and developing Kingston and all our neighboring communities. We now return you to Magic 92.5.
I got the world on a string. I'm sitting on a rainbow. I got the string around my little finger. What world, cause I'm in love. What song stars about? What world, cause I'm in love, 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 love. I got the song that I sing, and I can make the rain.